All right, here we go. We're going to talk about the habits again. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Again, this is from James Clear. So anybody know what part this is?
Part 3.
Yep. Good job, Damien. So Damien, read that for us.
Habits are the compound interests of self-improvement.
All righty, and we make sure that, okay, yep, off of mute. And so we're going to go through part 1 and 2 really quick. And so I'm just going to have you guys help me read these things. So and I'm also going to be teaching 2 things at the same time. I'm going to be teaching about habits, and at the same time, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do these huddles. Main thing is you want to be able to control your screen share. Get really good with that because that's a good habit to develop, especially if you've got to do this with clients. And simple engagement for the audience. If you're gonna have text on a screen, have people read it. If it's a lot of text, don't have them read the whole thing. Have them read parts of it, or break up the slide and have 3 different people read it if there's a lot of text on there. And stop for discussion and ask a question. So have people read, ask a question. This is how we engage people. Okay. All right. Jenny, go ahead and read this one.
Don't be a victim of your habits. Be the victor.
In one sentence, what do you think that means?
Means you can choose the habit is. Don't let the habit control you.
Yeah, it's up to you. You want to smoke cigarettes or you want to eat fruits and vegetables? Both are habits. You got to decide what habit you want to have in your life. So you see what I just did? I asked her to read the slide and then I asked her a question. Real easy for engagement. All right, Alicia.
What are some bad habits we have?
Yeah, so for me, a bad habit for me is watching Netflix at night, and the next thing you know, I stay up late, and then I still get up early, but it does not having enough sleep affect how you perform during the day.
Yes.
Yes, Kelly, even though he's not on here, it'll be recorded, and you guys can go tell him, hey, Kelly, we talked about you at the huddle about not getting enough sleep. Okay, and Howard.
What are some good habits we have?
What's a good habit you have, Howard?
Practicing music all the time.
Okay, and Damien, read this one for me.
The problem is not you, it's your systems. I have issues with this.
And then I always mention this to you guys, it's not really the systems because you're the one that's in control of the systems you use or don't use. So it's actually you that's the problem, not your systems. And then habits allow you to solve the problems of life with less energy and effort. And Jody, you ready? Jody, you ready for this one?
Today, I want to just focus on what habits are and how they benefit us. What habits are and how they benefit us.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so behavior spirals into other behaviors. We have what's called habit stacking. Anybody remember what habit stacking is?
Like working out.
Go ahead. When you have
have a little change on top of another little change, and all these little changes create a habit that you incorporate in your life.
Yeah, one of the habit stacks is getting a good enough night's sleep and then working out, right? Those are habit stacking. All right, and let's see, meditate and journal. Habit stacking can be bad. Netflix, stay up late. New quote. And then Jenny, read this one for us.
The quality of our lives often depends on the quality of our habits.
You guys believe that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Howard.
Same habits, same results. Better habits, better results.
Yeah. So again, habits are can be good or bad. It's up to you to decide what kind of habits that you're going to have incorporated in your life. And then here we go, part 2 real quick. And then Damien, what's this one?
Why small
Habits.
why all small habits make a big difference.
Okay. And we remember the quote from the beginning, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Okay. So, and then we talked about this the last time. What did this mean? You guys remember? What does the graph look like?
Probably like a straight up angle.
Yeah. There we go. So here's the image. This is straight from the book. So it's not about making wholesale changes to your lives. You know, I've never worked out and then tomorrow morning I'm going to work out for 2 hours. what's going to be the result of that? What's going to be the immediate result the next day of that?
Nothing at all.
Yeah, you're going to be in pain and then you're not going to do it. So it's like, you know what? Get up and do 10 jumping jacks, 1% change. If you did 10 jumping jacks every morning and added 1 jumping jack, they've actually done these, right? The push-up challenge. You literally just add a push-up, add a push-up, add a push-up every day until you cannot do any more push-ups. And then you'll be amazed by that 1% change every day. Now you're in better shape and you can do more push-ups than you've ever done in your entire life. So Jenny, read this one.
Success is a product of daily habits, not once in lifetime transformation.
Exactly. And Alicia?
You predict where your life will end up by.
Okay. And Howard?
Looking at your daily choices compounded over 10 to 20 years.
Yeah, so if you look at, you know, and again, what was the example I gave you guys? Remember?
You get
High school graduation photos,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
going to the 10-year
Oh.
reunion and the 20-year reunion. That didn't happen like they were 18 and then all of a sudden they were 50 pounds overweight the next day at age 19. That happened over 10 and 20 years. And we justify it. I do it myself. You know what? I'm just going to eat this one cookie. I work out every day. I'll be all right. I'm going to have this second cookie, third cookie. I'm going to have this Snickers. I'm going to have this cup of coffee. Whatever it is, and then we say, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just one tiny thing. Now, I'm not talking about not enjoying in life, but I'm just saying that, again, looking at your daily choices compounded over 10 or 20 years, why we as humans don't take those little choices seriously, because we don't see the immediate effect. And why we give up on things that we are making small changes on is because we don't see the immediate effect. I would tell you, stop looking at you know, social media, the news, and TV commercials and all of that, because it's all about the now, and it's this lack of delayed gratification that probably is the root of a lot of the challenges in your life. Okay, so are you spending less than you earn? Right? If we spend less than we earn over time and we save the difference, we have what we call retirement money. So it's not about anything special than spending less than what you earn. Okay, there's my financial tip for today. Working out at least 3 times a week. I work out 10 times a week. Well, what are we going to call a week? 5 days or 7 days? Let's call it 7 days. Okay, so I work out 14 days a week. I'm asking you guys to challenge yourself and just work out 3 times a week. Is that a good enough baby step?
Yes.
Okay. Reading and learning something new each day. Listening to growth-minded process. Tiny choices like this every day will define your future self. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, here we go, part 3. How to build better habits in 4 simple steps. And why is Jenny, why do you think better is in purple?
Because it's important.
Emphasis.
Because it's emphasis.
Why is it important?
Because it's better.
Because it's better? Yes, it is. That's why. Because what's the opposite of better?
Bad.
So you want bad habits or better habits?
Better.
Alicia, why is simple in purple?
Because it's simple and it's highlighted so that you can recognize it. It's simple. More simple steps.
Yeah, because do I want to create, like, if I want you to work out, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to create this like 2.5 hour workout and you have to do it every day. And there's going to be 15 different parts to it that you got to remember. And then the night before, I'm going to have you eat like 7 different foods. And then you got to do like 8 different types of meditations before you go to sleep. Is that simple?
No.
No.
No, and you're not going to do it. What if I said, you know what, Alicia, tomorrow morning, I just want you to walk half a mile, track it on some app or whatever, or figure out, not even with the app, leave the phone at home. As soon as you get up, walk half a mile, figure out where it is, measure it with your car, and do that every morning. That simple?
That's
Don't even brush your teeth, nothing. Just go out, walk a half a mile, like literally just jump out of your bed, put your shoes on, walk a half mile, come back. Put a baseball cap in so you don't even
You know
have
what's
to do your
an
hair.
easy walk here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funner, it's nicer over there, kind of, but if you just walk this square, this whole,
Yeah, the whole block.
I do that
That's a nice
all the
one.
time. It's
Yeah.
real quick, and this side's shaded. And it's not-
How about we challenge everybody in this office, at least one time during the day, we give you complete permission to just one time around the block. Maybe, maybe
We'll do it as a group.
I
do it as a group. We'll do it as a group.
Well, and then the other thing is, if it's really hot, you just kind of circle the buildings in the shade.
Yeah.
I need to make a sign.
So in 1898, the psychologist Edward Thorndike did an experiment, and he did the experiment habit study with, what do you think he did the experiment with?
People.
People? People's one guess. What else?
Mice.
Mice is one guess. What? One more guess.
Himself.
Cats.
Cat.
So what he did, he put cats in boxes.
Oh, really?
Yep. Not these cats in these boxes. I just went and Googled cats in boxes, and
I like
By the-
that one.
yeah, which is your guys' favorite picture?
I go one in the middle top.
Either that, yeah, top right.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's cute.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
Brandy.
He's not happy.
I think I'll keep that.
Some little
So I learned, and I just did a human experiment on you. We learned this from social media posts. If there's eyes and teeth in the post, it's more engaging. Was this engaging for y'all? You're like, oh, what's my favorite one? Oh, that one looks like my cat. Oh, is that an Amazon box? What is that? And then how did that cat get in that skinny box over there? What is he, double jointed? It looks like it might even be like a box from a cat supply place. Look, is that a cat right there? So anyway, and that cat's super fat.
I know.
Gotta, you know. Yeah, it had cat food in there, and he ate all the cat food, and then that's what was left over, was a big fat cat. But so we're looking at these things and we're engaged. So social media, eyes and teeth. You must have eyes and teeth in the social media post, and you guys passed that experiment. Mitzi, which is your favorite cat, Mitzi? Well, maybe she can't see on her phone. Okay, moving on. All right, so here's the habit loop, and here are the 4 simple steps. So write these 4 words down: cue, craving, response, reward, and it goes like that clockwise. Cue, craving, response, reward. Would you guys like to know what those 4 things mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about cue. So a cue is triggers the brain to initiate behavior. You can write that down. Triggers the brain. Triggers the brain to initiate behavior is cue. Triggers the brain to initiate behavior. What are some cues in your life that trigger behavior?
Alarm.
What's that?
Alarm clock.
Alarm. What does that trigger you to do?
Get up, start moving.
So I have an alarm for Kelly. It's just going to be my voice yelling out loud, "Get the F up!" No, when his alarm goes out, I'm going to program. I'm going to come to his house and we'll be right outside his window with an air horn. It triggers the brain and initiates behavior, so that's a cue. If you don't have a cue, and by the way, and I'll talk to you guys about this later. So the next one is craving. And craving is the motivational force behind every habit. The motivational force behind every habit. Okay? So if you see, why is all the sweets put at the register in the grocery store? That is what we call, what's the first one?
A
cue.
A cue. And what craving is it creating? They know it creates a craving.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah, it's the sweet tooth, okay? So the next one is response, and then I'm going to tie all these up here right at the end. Response is the actual habit you perform. Response is the actual habit you perform, which takes the habit that you perform that takes the form of an actual thought or action. That's the response. I see the candy at the register.
Can you say the last sentence one more time?
Yeah, the actual habit you perform. So response is the actual habit you perform, which can take the format of an actual thought or action. So I see the candy bar at the register. That's the cue. It creates a craving in my mind, a force behind this habit that I want to do. And your response B is what you actually do. You could actually grab the candy bar. Oh, it's just one candy bar. And your response is then you just put it on the belt, and then it goes into the grocery cart with okay. The next one is the reward. The reward is what is the reward that you get from actually eating that candy bar? It's actually firing off things in your brain. Food scientists nowadays, they're smart. They're calculating and putting into the ingredients of food. McDonald's does, all the fast food industry does this. They actually have food scientists. We actually met one on the Big Island. He worked for Jack in the Box.
Mm-hmm.
That's his whole job, was to just figure out how to make food taste better and create more of this kind of habits. And McDonald's and the fast food industry have they actually have a rating of the different type of people. And they have what they call super users. Super users, they go like 5 times a week.
Wow.
So, and they target those people and what their behaviors are, and they study them and figure out how can they get them to come through that. You know, one of the biggest things that they did with fast food was made it so easy to get it, drive-through.
Okay.
So
Faster and faster.
faster and faster. The original McDonald's had plates, like regular plates, like China plates, paper napkins, and silverware. And what's happened today? Everything's disposable, quick, easy, throw it all away, we can get it quick, now. Okay? So back to that, again, and what he talks about in here is that this right here, and I'll tie this all together. And write this one down. If a behavior is insufficient in any of these 4 stages, it will not become a habit.
I don't know if you gave us the
The
definition
reward.
for reward.
For reward?
Yeah.
Reward, it's the end of the goal of every habit. It's the end of the goal of every habit. So working out is I'm gonna feel better, be in better shape, look better. It's the reward. It's the end of the goal of every habit. You know, I ate the candy bar, man, that tastes really good. It makes me feel good for a moment, okay? But here's the key. You've gotta have, you can't have 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3, or 3 of the 3. You gotta have 4 of the 4 from the studies that he's shown to create those better habits, those positive habits. So I'll read this for you.
I got a quick question on the study.
Yeah.
How exactly did he study the cats?
Oh
Because
yeah, I
they
forgot
had-
to tell you guys that. So what he found with the cats is he would put them in a box or a crate,
Mhm.
and they would either step on something, pull something, or touch something, and it would open the door. Because when you put a cat in a box, what does it want to do?
Okay.
It wants to get out. What he found is that it would take them like 2 minutes to figure it out. Then they put the cat again in, and it would take them about 1.5 minutes. They finally got down to how quickly did the cats figure out how to get out of the box?
5 seconds maybe.
Yeah, 5 or 6 seconds. When a habit becomes automatic, you're not like, oh, I gotta do this, and how do I do that? It becomes automatic. And so what they learned from the foundation of studying habits is that when a habit becomes automatic, you're more likely to stick with it.
Mhm.
When a habit becomes automatic, if you go to my house, the top drawer of my drawer is underwear and socks. The next one is my workout shorts, and the next one is tank tops for my workout. When I go into my garage, I have my heart monitor, my bottled water. I have a bag full of the towels that I use to, and the towel that I sit on. And boom, 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 boom. As I leave the house, I'm going right into the car, and I know my path to travel, and I'm in the gym. That is my habit 7 days a week. And I make sure that I have my yoga stuff for in the evening. So those are habits that I'm setting up. So here's the last part that I'll read to you about. Oh, shoot, I had it marked. And real quick, Jenny, what's your big takeaway?
You talk about those habits, when you become a habit, you just automatically do it. And I do realize that I've been doing the workout for a while, like in the morning. I set my alarm like 5:45, then start getting ready. And before, when sometimes I wake up, feel lazy, I don't want to do workout, I was just tell myself, you deserve a rest day. Now I'm just laying in the bed.
That's your drunk monkey.
But right now, when I think about you're so tired, you deserve a rest day. Now I was like, what I'm gonna do lay in the bed? Then I start getting up. I still feel so tired, but I will walk out, start to do some like jump rope, or maybe not do running, but I will do workout every morning.
Yeah.
So,
Who has ever felt worse after a workout than before the workout? Nobody on planet Earth, unless you got a heart condition or you got a broken leg and you're working through the pain. Everyone always feels better. And what you got to do is you got to fast forward your brain to, that's what I do. I don't want to work out. I have 13 excuses of not to work out. I worked out 13 times already prior to me working out every morning. There are always going to be 13 workouts before I work out. But that's my habit. That's my cup of coffee. That's my Snickers, is working out. So now I'm not telling you all to do that, but I'm just saying you've got to incorporate some. I'm telling you right now, you've got to incorporate some type of working out in your weekly routine. So here we go. And we just read it. If a behavior is insufficient in any of these 4 stages, it will not become a habit. Eliminate the cue. What was the first one? Everybody say cue.
Cute.
And your habit will never start. If there's no triggering event, if you don't set the alarm to get your butt out of bed to go work out, you're not going to get out of bed and you'll wake up at the same time. Reduce the craving and you won't experience enough motivation to act. If you reduce the craving, you won't experience enough motivation to act. Make the behavior difficult and you won't be able to do it. Make the behavior difficult and you won't be able to do it. And if the reward fails to satisfy your desire, there's got to be a reward that says, you know what, this is why I'm doing it. Then you'll have no reason to do it again in the future. Without the first 3 steps, a behavior will not occur. Without all 4 steps, behavior will not be repeated. So anyway, it's simple but not easy. So again, good news is that I'm going to lay the foundation with the next huddle, because then we're going to have part 4. And I'm going to zip through all of these, okay?